The question is, LM curve represents the locus of all those combinations of income and rate of interest which satisfy this condition. That is, supply of money, that is M upon P, should be equal to demand for money, and demand for money is a function of income and interest rate. For given values of M and P, what is the value of dy upon di? That means change in income with respect to change in interest rate. We need to find out this stuff. Options are being given. We need to find out the correct option. Okay. Now this LM curve or LM equation shows us the money market, equilibrium. Money market equilibrium occurs when the money supply is equal to money demand. We know that very stuff. Okay. Now M upon P, which is money supply. Money demand has two components, and let me write it in this fashion. Let's denote it by AY, okay, minus BI. Okay, that means demand for money, L, which is a function of income and rate of interest. Demand for money is a positive function of the level of income and negative function of the level of interest rate. Okay, so in place of this I have written this stuff here. Now if I write this equation, and let me first write it in this fashion. Let us write L, which is a function of income and interest rate, which is equal to AY minus BI. Let us first solve this. Okay, let's take the partial derivative of this function with respect to income first. So L and L dash y denotes the partial derivative of this function with respect to income. So derivative of y will be 1, so we are left with a. Similarly, L dash I denotes the partial derivative of this function with respect to interest rate. So derivative of I is 1, so we are left with minus b. And this I can write in this fashion: minus L L dash I is equal to b. Okay, let's keep these in mind. Now if I solve this equation for y, so what will I get? So ay will be equal to m upon p, transposing it will become plus bi. Okay, again dividing both sides by a, we will get y is equal to 1 upon a times m upon p plus b upon a times I. We need to find out dy upon di. Let's take now the derivative, that is change in income with respect to change in interest rate, will be equal to, since no I is involved in the first term, its derivative is 0. Derivative of I is 1, so we are left with b upon a. Okay, now what is b? B is equal to minus L dash I. Okay, it shows the interest sensitiveness for demand for money divided by A is equal to L dash Y, and this denotes the income sensitiveness for demand for money. Okay, so dy upon di is simply the ratio of the interest sensitiveness for demand for money and income sensitiveness for demand for money. Okay, so the correct option should be, I guess, L. We should have negative sign. We have negative in these two, so L dash I. So this B D option should be correct option.